Okay, so Islam Dwayne. It is October the 12th, 2020. I'm going to start again. I'm at Whole Foods. I'm running Arrington-Bey. It's your spiritual life. Dwayne, I noticed on your Twitter page you are posting. I just got off work and I just sort of just took off my shirts and I'm just here, and I just put my hair down. So I'm not looking too cute, but this is spirit. Ooh, it's just like when I was showing you my teeth. I was showing you my teeth. I was showing you my teeth because and I was like, look, they're crooked. The reason why I was doing all that is just to say I'm spirit. I'm not a beauty queen in my eyes. My spirit is beautiful. I cultivate my spirit. My soul is beautiful. That's what I try, because I want you to see me as a spirit. So, Dwayne, what I'm trying to say is, the money and I did that because I know you are. I'm assuming you are among some very beautiful women and men and more. It's just beautiful, flawless, like no flaws. 6-pack stomach. Just really like nice looking, and breasts all nice and perky, and and the booty sticking all out, and just like bam, 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 and the men are like, ooh, they nice and firm, and they styled, and so I'm just saying, I can imagine you are among some very nice looking, handsome women and men, but I'm spirit. I'm not trying to turn you on. I'm not trying to entice you and seduce you, but I'm standing on truth. Dwayne, it's not that I don't want to accept money from you. Why wouldn't I not want to accept money from you? But it's in the matter of accepting the money from you. I can't accept money and say I'm not your wife anymore, or accept the money and just walk away like a I just can't do it, because it's going against truth. Truth is, Dwayne Bey, in August of 2013, even before August, and because I remember when we first connected sexually in the Sacred Grove, I said, Dwayne, I said, what, I remember I looked at you, I said, what are your intentions for me? I looked at you, and I remember you were so tall, and I remember it's like it got so quiet. I could hear, it's like it was so quiet in that mental space. I was like, what are your intentions for me? Are we together? And you said, we are. And I remember following you, constantly meeting with you, and then that one day in August, I followed you, and we connected. There was a ritual that was done. I knew Moors were paying attention. They were witnessing. They witnessed us. Some of the same Moors that I'm still connected with today witnessed us connecting. Witness us consummating our vows. And they knew that you were my first. I'd never been in the Sacred Grove before. They witnessed everything. Some of the same Moors who encouraged me to stay connected to you. They witnessed that you had married me first, or obligated spiritually to me first. They have witnessed since 2013 me staying connected to you. Connected to you and value and honoring my vows to you. Me writing in that red book. I used to say Naja Orma Zena Il and Dwayne Bey, Sheikh Dwayne Bey. connected with, constantly just keep writing and writing and writing. I just kept writing every day. I would say, Dwayne, sign here. And I remember you would sign. I just keep writing. You would sign your name. Just keep writing. I said, Dwayne, sign here, sign. And I would, so that was my way of just saying, just bond. I really wanted us to keep bonding and bonding and bonding and bonding, because I didn't know, I see now that for whatever reason, my higher self, not for whatever reason, it seemed to plan for the future. So these pebbles or sticky notes appear. So I see now, there was myself, my higher self was preparing for this time, for this moment. And so at this moment, it's time. It's time for me to make a choice as well, just like it's time for you to make a choice. I could choose to accept money, finance from you, whatever you want to give, and just say, I was a friend. I was just a friend. But even just now, as I say that, my eyes are tearing up because it's not true. Because it's going against truth. That's why. It's not, if you don't love me, that does not mean truth is not there, that I'm still your wife, that we still consummated our vows. If you have sex because you said you obligated to me first, under that big tree. I never forget. I was feeling really low after the conference call when the people on the conference call, the Moors and the Moorish women, were talking about polygamy, and a lot of women were being really mean, speaking really mean about it, and sometimes I would hear them say words that were very degrading towards a woman, and I felt it like it was coming towards me, and I didn't know why, because I didn't know them. But I remember that night I met you under the big tree, and I said, Dwayne, I asked because I wanted to know. I said, because of that, not because I don't think I even cared before. I always thought so highly of her, because I was like, if he loves her, Dwayne, and he likes her, then she must be really great, in her higher self and everything else, So anyway, because of the conference call about polygamy, I said, Dwayne, who did you marry? Did you marry her first? You said, no, I married you first. And I felt really good because you were truthful. But I was humble through and through, because I always felt because of my status, not being as educated, not having money. I have 2 children this lifetime with you, by, someone else. So I'm like, I'm under the impression that she's young. She has money. She's educated. Even though you married me first spiritually, I always seem to place her in front of me. You understand? Until I would get upset, because it seemed like I was like, why is, my status, or just who I am as a light being, L-I-G-H-T, a light being, a life force, a Moorish American woman, just who I am being devalued, and then she is being put on a higher status, being devalued by allowing harm coming towards me. Just really outrageous. And then changing a whole new reality and acceptance of this form of harm towards me to discredit truth. At first I didn't say discredit truth, but now I see that's what it's about. Truth. Truth is part of our 5 divine principles, and it's represented on our Moorish American flag. Truth. So I remember in New York, you were upset with me. So I remember you were angry. You said you wanted a divorce. So I asked now, because that was in 2015, and here we are in 2020. So I said, when do we divorce? Because see, when you divorce somebody, you don't go back. When you're done, you finish, you're gone. That's it. And I left New York. You could have stayed gone. There's no reason for you to have turned around. But truth, Dwayne, truth kept you here. Because no, I'm not as advanced and I'm walking slowly, but you know that I am still your wife. You know. And that is why I cannot accept money to say I'm not your wife. I don't care how many times you could have screamed and cried and had the most powerful sex in your life. She gets hit down and dirty. You getting down and dirty with someone that you married, that not even say married, I don't know what your status is with her, but with someone that you connected with after me. I have been virtuous, Dwayne. I have not wanted to be with anyone else. I have waited patiently for you. I have yearned to learn from you, and I pray for you, and I pray for our connection within our highest self. I pray for the cultivation of our relationship, the healing and forgiveness, because something just kept telling me to hold on and stand on that foundation of truth. Now, truth might be that there's one wife in your life, because masterminds, they go back, they know. Well, I'm asking you, Dwayne, you need to ask yourself, who is that one wife? Who is the true one wife? I have never felt a threat by her or been threatened by her, because I always have put her on a pedestal as in who she might be in connection to you as someone that you love. It wasn't until I experienced harm constantly. And I don't want to say, oh, by who or whatever, and look at her or anything like that. You already know. You already know. That's when I started to, because my spirit tells me I am your spiritual wife. And I remember, and facts say I'm your spiritual wife. It's not because she's living in the days, it never happened. Your actions have let me know that you know what truth is. So you keep saying one. Dwayne, I've thought of this years ago, but I backed away because I'm trying to stay humble, because I wanted to be with you. So I was like, if humility is what I need to embrace, especially in reference to her, then I'll do it, because I don't know how wonderful she is, but I just know I never felt threatened by her. Even, it wasn't until the harm that was circulating that I was experiencing constantly, and it hurt, and I don't want to go through everything. That's when I felt, not threatened by her, but I felt a threat upon me. So, and years ago, I thought about it. I said, who is this one wife? So when I'm going to ask you, Dwayne, masterminds, they can retrace their thoughts and they can go back. I want you to ask yourself, who is your true one wife, if that's what you want to focus on, one. Because I think if you really dealing in truth, you're gonna have to humble. I think I'm not gonna say humble. Excuse me. I'm gonna say truth will always show herself. Truth. It's going to show herself within the seeds that were planted and the flowers that are bloomed. and the flowers or the plants that bloom from those seeds. Truth. When you are not afraid of truth, you don't have no reason to cause harm. You don't have no reason to be jealous. When you're in your higher self, things just sort of flow. You don't have to make threats. You don't have to secure your status. You just let it flow. So that's my thought. And I'm saying this. Yes, I would accept financial help from you. But I accept it as your spiritual wife. I want you there in my home with me when you can. I want you taking time to teach me to heal. I want our relationship to heal. That picture of me and you, that picture of you of a little boy and me of a little girl, I see two children that was destined to come together again this lifetime. And it's interesting because it's like when I see myself and I see you next to me, it is really interesting to see that. It's just like, that's Dwayne and that's me. And here we are at 2020, you know? And you my spiritual husband. And you are my spiritual husband. I knew you in ancient times. I knew your highest self in ancient times. I loved you in ancient times. You loved me in ancient times. You knew my highest self in ancient times. You knew the woman I was destined to be. You know the woman I am and the woman I am destined to be. So that's what I say to you, Dwayne. Okay? It's not that I don't want to accept financial money from you. Yeah, why not? But I can't accept it and say I'm just your friend. At least if I transition with my son Imani, we transition in honor. We transition in the spirit of being just, in righteousness. I stand on truth. I am your spiritual wife. I have been your spiritual wife before many lifetimes, and we came back together. This lifetime is long. And both of us have different paths, and we have done things that we are not proud of. But that purity in me is what connected, is what drew you to me. Because I think you were looking, you were searching, and you knew the one that was yours is going to have something in her that was meant for you, and no one else.